W420RadioNetwork.com.
We're at Emerald Cup 2019. Rich Walcoff for the 420 Radio Network with 15-year NBA veteran and world champion Mart-Barnes. Matt, great career. You got a new thing going on, and you're entering the cannabis world.
Yeah, appreciate that. Yeah, I started when I was 14, and I used through my high school career, my college career, my NBA career. And, post-career, it was something that interests me. And, I've kind of jumped in feet first. I have a company called 7 Leaves in Sacramento. By January, we'll have 1,000 lights, so we'll be one of the bigger indoor grows. And then I'm actually launching also my own individual line called Swish in about a month, which will be a whole SKU of CBD products and then THC products as well.
So you're defying a lot of the preconceived notions about if you get high, you're a stoner, you don't have your together.
Yeah.
And obviously, there are many professional athletes and elite athletes. So tell me how the paradigm has changed.
I've kind of always marched, to my own beat anyway. I think people who follow sports knew that, but I knew it was something that helped me throughout my life and definitely in the NBA. And, obviously hats off to the Major League Baseball. They just taken it off the banned substance list. So I hope, the NFL and the NBA are soon behind that. But I think they're just kind of waking up. They're realizing that, a ton of guys continue to get in trouble, be fined, or even lose their careers over it. There must be something to it. Why are all these elite athletes doing it? So, hats off to the leagues that really kind of started to dive into it and really learn about the plant and not live by the old stigmas of the plant.
Now tell me how you played under the influence, if you will. Was it transcendent? Was it performance enhancing? Did it illuminate things that were not there otherwise?
No, it allowed me to focus. It wasn't something that I would do right before I went on the court, but throughout the process of the day, if I had a game, I would go to shoot around in the morning, come home, smoke a joint, take a nap, get up, shower, eat, and go to the game. So within a 6-hour window, I had smoked, but not necessarily right before the game. But like I said, it was something that allowed me to take a great nap. It allowed me to focus and concentrate. Obviously, it's an anti-inflammatory as well, so it always just kind of had me ready for the game.
Yeah, and you're not alone, because there are many guys, maybe the majority of guys in the NBA and other sports are partaking,
yes,
either recreationally or therapeutically or both.
Yes, no, I would completely agree. I would only like to kind of speak on myself, but I think it's no secret that there are other guys using it. And like I said, unfortunately, right now they're being fined and suspended and losing their careers over, which is unfortunate. So I hope that we're in the process of change right now.
Yeah, well, you mentioned back in 2007, the We Believe Warriors that stunned the world and took down the number 1 seed Mavericks. First time an 8 seed had ever done that in NBA playoff history. And in the celebratory mode, you shared a story here at the Emerald Cup. Or maybe you could paraphrase.
Yeah. We had won Game 6 against the Mavericks, and went back to a teammate's house to kind of celebrate a little bit. Our head coach Don Nelson lived on the top floor of the building, and we went up there, and he told us that Woody Harrelson was rolling doobies in the back and go partake. And we kind of looked at each other like, what the hell? And we went to the back and kind of partook. So Nelly's kind of always been ahead of the curve in life in general, not just sports. So that was just another example of it being that.
Yeah, and I understand that Snoop Dogg got in the mix in that one too.
Yeah, Snoop was in town for the game. We ended up, after we left Nelly's, we went to the club to hang out a little bit, and then I hit Snoop up. He told us to come by, and we went back to his hotel and smoked some more. So it was one of those crazy nights. It only fit. After we made NBA history, we had a hell of a night after.
Yeah, no, and the league doesn't view it the same way. It's frowned upon, maybe not as severely as other leagues do, but you've had some run-ins with the NBA about that, and it almost cost you your career.
Yeah. It was something that in the NBA, they go by a 3-strike policy. I had like 2.75 strikes in my time playing. So it's just something that it happened. The 2 tests I failed, it happens. But luckily I was able to, not get that third strike, which is, 5 games, and the world knows, and it's a large fine. So, I teetered the line of it. But like I said, even though I knew I wasn't supposed to do it, to me, there was no alternative because I'm not someone that's a big drinker or someone who takes opioids.
Yeah, and opiates are the de facto path for most guys. You get hurt, they pop pills. I mean, I was around the NFL for over 25 years, and the stories I heard were unbelievable. And it's probably no different in the NBA. It's a grind, and your body breaks down, and they give you pills to mask the pain and the symptoms, but it doesn't get to the cause, and it doesn't alleviate the problem.
No, not at all. I think you hit it on the head. It's a simple masking agent that is masking one thing and causing another long-term effect, whether it be breaking down, important organs or getting you addicted to it. But like I said, it's the big companies, these billion-dollar opioid pharmaceutical companies that, have a stranglehold on this. But like I said, I think we continue to, make progress in that direction. And, I hope that soon it'll change.
Tell me about the mindset playing high, how it might compare to otherwise.
It's really just a focus. It's a mental focus. It allows me to lock in. It allowed me to, understand what the task at hand was, no matter what was going on. I had kind of a hectic life off the court as well. So I'm able to block out all the bullshit and for those 2.5 hours, focus on my job and try my best to do it as best as I could.
Well, Matt, you had a great run, and congrats on that. And look forward to hearing more about Swish. What's the focus of Swish?
So Swish will be, my whole approach in this space is education. My whole goal is to help change regulations in professional sports. So Swish will be a full line of CBD products, along with THC products. But like I said, continuing to educate, continuing to explain the benefits and the educational side of why we use it instead, and really removing the stigma of high. We want to remove that stigma and explain this is why we do it, this is when we do it, and this is what it helps with. And I think the more and more people that are able to do that is going to continue to help raise awareness.
All right. Well, the Emerald Cup is happy to have you here, Mart-Barnes, NBA champ. Rich Walcoff for the 420 Radio Network.
W420RadioNetwork.com.